Hey guys, what's up? It's Kagus. It's the first time I made a video in a long time. Just been kind of chilling, playing some WoW. Been working on some Twinks lately. That's why I'm making this video. This guy right here, he is my level 99 Frost DK Twink, and his shit is bananas. Gonna be running you through everything you need to know about making your own level 99 Frost DK Twink, gear, talents, glyphs, everything, theory crafting, shit like that. Um, yeah, so twinking is kind of with item squish. I don't know. It's not really dead, but like the ridiculous shit like level 80 twink with MOP gear, that doesn't really happen anymore, just because the level 80 gear got scaled down, so the item level doesn't really, the 409 item level stuff doesn't really apply anymore. It's almost better just to get full ICC 25 heroic gear now than use the Kata and MOP gear for your level 80 twinks. 60 twinks are making a comeback, I think. I don't know if they were ever gone or whatever, but I hear they're pretty popular now. Anyway, level 99. It's different. I don't know how to say it. Like, it's pretty OP, but everybody in BGs now scales up to 590 item level. All of their gear scales to 590. So on average, you're gonna just with shit gear, you're gonna have about 160k health anyway with 590 item level in BGs. So that being said, 91 twinks, which are also quite popular, they're not. I don't find they're quite as good because you cannot get gear from Siege of Orgrimmar Mythic that is higher than 590 item level. I believe 582 or 586 for Warforged is the absolute cap for your item level on that gear. That being said, that's why I've gone to 99, just for the higher item level gear above 590. So it gives me a little bit more of an edge in battlegrounds and arenas and whatnot. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, now for my first piece, you're probably seeing this and thinking to yourself, what the fuck? A lot of twinking is based around set bonuses now, actually, where all of your gear will scale to 590 item level. The set bonuses make pretty much anything viable. You can wear pretty much whatever gear you want, so I'd find the gear with the best set bonuses and wear that. So I've got the Sanctified Scourgelord helmet here. Drops from fucking 25-man ICC, I think. It drops from a lot of different things, like a lot of different modes. I think there's one in every mode that'll drop. The set bonus is the same though. I should probably upgrade that to the 25-man heroic. I don't know. I just haven't taken the time to do that yet. It serves its purpose, and like even it's the same as the heroic version in BG, so I'm not in much of a rush. Alright, so basically you just get your gems and shit, your meta. You want a gem strength probably for your red gems. For your neck, most of my item level 600 shit has been random drops from either rares or dungeon gear, and the stats on dungeon gear are all randomized every time they drop, but generally for stats you're going to want either mastery or versatility as a main stat on your gear. You're going to need one of those two. Those are your two primary stats. It's versatility over mastery, however. For my shoulders, this is my first piece of WOD craftable gear. You can upgrade this gear to 685 item level at level 99, which is actually ridiculous. You can pick whatever pieces you want to wear for your WOD craftables. You can pick one, I suppose, because the main two are going to be your weapon and your trinket, which I'll show you in a moment. So, the shoulders, they were cheap, so I picked them up. Haste Mastery, pretty good stats for a Frost DK. So yeah, I picked that up. They'll run you about, after all your upgrades, I'd say about 45k for these shoulders. It's a lot of gold in the 99 twink. Okay, for my cloak, dropped off of a rare. I can't quite remember what rare it is, but you can just Google it. It's the Grizzled Wolfskin Cloak. It's a 610 item level cloak. Got the 100 versatility enchant. Now, I want to say something. The 100 versatility enchant is not the gift versatility, the blue or the rare enchant. It's, I believe it's a common enchant. It just doesn't have the 10% run speed attached to it. So I don't mind losing the run speed. The common enchant with the 100 versatility usually runs around 200 gold versus about 2k gold for the one with the run speed. So, you know, if you're looking to save a few thousand gold, go with that one. My chest piece is my second piece of Scourge Lord gear. Excuse me. Then again, the first set bonus for the Scourge Lord set. It increases my Obliterate damage and Scorch Strike by 10%, which, you know, once your gear scales up and you get your procs and your cooldowns, it really makes a difference. You'll notice it a lot. My bracers are a rare drop. The Plains Thunder wrist wraps. I forget which rare they drop from. Just Google it, it'll come up and you can go farm him till you get those. For my weapon, it's my second piece of wad craftable gear. It's item level 675 at stage 4. I've got my Ruin Forging, Ruin of the Fallen Crusader for an enchant on there. It increases your strength by 25% when it procs. That is probably your most important enchant you'll want. It's better than anything else you can get at level 99. Again, for stats, Haste Mastery. Ideally you want versatility and mastery on every piece of gear, but that is, nowadays stats are usually randomized on most gear, especially craftables and dungeon drops. So it'd take a lot of farming and a lot of gold to get the stats I want on all of my gear. On my hands, I have the Gut Crusher's Gauntlets. They're a dungeon drop. You can farm Skyreach at 99 fairly easily. Just Q his blood like a tank, Q his blood, and they go pretty quick. I can finish one in about shortly under 10 minutes now, I believe, when I'm full gear. I get the enchanted 25 strength on there too. That helps out a lot too. For my belt, it's another dungeon drop. Just got a buckle on there with one of the 50 versatility gems in it. It's a prismatic gem, I believe. For my legs, another dungeon drop. I've got a strength crit enchant on there. I believe it's one of the Kata enchants, I believe, level 85 enchants. For my feet, again, it's another dungeon drop. Gut Crusher Stompers. For the enchant, I got on there some mastery and minor speed increase. It's Pandair and Step. It kind of makes up for the 10% speed increase that I'm missing on my cloak. I don't believe they stack. Don't take my word for that, but I'm almost positive they don't stack. So the Pandair and Step you can make up and still save your 2k gold. For your ring, I have the Solemn Band of Might. This is the one from the Legendary Ring quest. You can start it at your garrison at level 98. Obviously I'm level 99, so it's available to me. It's really worth it, even though it doesn't have neither haste or versatility. The strength and stamina it brings at item level 640 is much more worth. It's worth the loss. Also for this ring, I've got the 50 versatility enchant. Ring of Ripped Flesh. I believe it's a dungeon drop. I want to say it's a dungeon drop. Again, I have it enchanted, 50 versatility. All right, for my third final wad crafted gear, third piece of crafted gear, I've got the Stone of Fire, stage 4. It's a 685 item level trinket. It gives you as base stats 265 versatility. Now that's huge. That's about 4 to 5% damage at level 99 increased, and decreases damage taken by about 2.5%, I believe. When this trinket procs, you're going to gain 1400 strength for 15 seconds. Now if you're good enough to time that with your cooldowns and your alchemy pots, it's pretty ridiculous. You'll be critting anywhere from 70 to 90k obliterates with both diseases. And in BGs, once you get Zerker buff, that can go up anywhere from 100 to 120k obliterate crits. Also for my second trinket, surprisingly enough, once you've leveled if you've leveled alchemy, you can wear the Philosopher's Stone, Draenix Philosopher's Stone, sorry. It gives you base 97 mastery, and when it procs, it'll give you 770 strength. Also, I want to add, I believe these do not share a common cooldown, so they cannot be active at the same time. However, one can proc, so if my Stone of Fire procs, the buff falls off. This one can then immediately proc after it. It's not quite as good, it's about half as good, but it's still a substantial amount of strength at level 99. As it will grant me 770, and my base strength at the moment is 2.9k. So it's quite an increase. Alright. Let's see, what's next? Talents. Let's go with talents. Alright, obviously Spec Frost, yeah. I recommend Unholy Blight just because it helps you get your diseases out. Just gives you one more way to get Ebb and Plague up. It'll be an extra 25% damage on your anybody you hit with Obliterate. It'll add an extra 25% damage from Ebb and Plague. Frost Fever is pretty easy to keep up, but Ebb and Plague's kind of, you have one or two abilities that'll apply it. Other than that, Alright, for your second talent, I'm running Lichborn. However, I'm using it more for the immune to Charm, Fear, and Sleep rather than I am the healing, as Frost no longer has Death Coil available to it, so you're not going to be able to Lichborn Death Coil heal like you could in Mop. It's really disappointing, but we'll make do. Anti-Magic Zone, I believe it used to be 80% magic reduction for like 5 seconds, and it got nerfed pretty hard. It's now only 20% for 3 seconds. So if it were still 80 for 5, I would definitely use Anti-Magic Zone over Lichborn. Purgatory, yeah, if you use Purgatory, somebody, somewhere, is gonna cry and talk shit about you. I don't know how many level 80 Twink duels I've won because of Purgatory. Just that extra 3 seconds gave me like 2 Obliterate crits for like a crazy amount of damage. Yeah, don't just, at 99, it's not going to make much of a difference. Don't use Purgatory. Obviously, you're probably going to want your stun for your 58 talent. For 60, I use Blood Tap. Now you can use whatever you feel more comfortable with at 60. Blood Tap, I like it because I can time my my burst. I can get 2 or 3 good Obliterate hits. Whenever I need them, I can build up 12 stacks and then burn my stacks and get an extra Obliterate. That's more for burst damage. However, if you want sustained damage, you're gonna want to consider using Runic Corruption or Runic Empowerment. I recommend Runic Empowerment just because you're going to be using Obliterate a lot, and you're going to have your runes on cooldown a lot. Runic Corruption increases your haste, or your rune regeneration, which is by 100%, which is based on your haste. I believe I have quite a bit of haste, but my rune regeneration is still 8 seconds, so it's not really necessary. It's fast anyway. Okay. 75, Death Siphon, it doesn't do enough damage to validate taking it. Conversion burns way too much runic power, in my opinion, and doesn't do enough healing at this level, as your health pool isn't as big as it is at 100. So you're going to probably want to go to the Death Pact, and I'm going to show you a little trick. I know you can use Death Pact in together with an engineering item, and it works out pretty well. At 90, you can either take Remorseless Winter for the extra stun, or you can take Desecrated Ground for your extra trinket. I recommend Desecrated Ground just because it's always been the better talent in my opinion. But you can take whatever you feel makes you play better. For glyphs, I think my glyphs are correct. AMS glyph, it's going to absorb all magic damage instead of a portion of your magic damage. It's incoming. Icy Touch, that's going to dispel one helpful magic effect from your enemy target. And then I just have Shifting Presence, just because it helps me switch between Frost and Blood in battlegrounds and arenas without losing too much of my runic power. I don't believe there used to be a glyph that increased Obliterate damage. I don't believe it's in the game anymore. No, it's not. For your minor glyphs, you can take whatever. Resilient Grip, actually, you should take Resilient Grip as your first minor glyph. Glyph of Foulment, you know, it just affects your Army of the Dead. It's nothing major, but that one is the only important minor glyph I can think of. Alright, so now I want to talk about how your class is going to work. 90% of your damage, I would like to say, will come from your Obliterate. That Obliterate has good and a bad side to it. The good side is it hits like a truck usually. The bad side is its weapon damage, and it's not affected by your mastery, so it doesn't scale. It's not frost damage, so your mastery won't scale it up. And because it's not frost damage, it's going to do greatly reduced damage against plate-wearing targets, so paladins, DKs, and warriors. You're gonna slay Clothies pretty fucking hard. I've hit level 100 I've beaten level 100 mages in full primal gear just because I hit them for about 75k on average with my Obliterate, and I can just live forever because of the DK, obviously. Frost Strike's pretty much worthless. You know, I take the mastery for my Frost Fever dot, but yeah, Frost Strike's become pretty much worthless. It used to be okay at 80 when you could get like 150% mastery, but you can't do that anymore due to item scaling. It's just not possible. So yeah, 26 is not bad, but not as much as I would like. Anyway, guys, I think I've covered everything. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you're wondering where I'm standing, it's in Karazhan, or on top of Karazhan, I suppose, in Deadwood Pass. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and leave a like, guys, comment. Thanks. Later.